Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. Let's see here. What do I have to say for myself? Well, I did not post last week because I really didn't have enough footage to show you guys. James and I both had COVID, and then I went out of that into a sinus infection, and both of those zapped my energy and my motivation, and honestly, nothing has even sounded good. So I have just basically cooked what I could make the quickest and that I had all the stuff for. All that to say, we did have some yummy foods, but the struggle has been real around here, you guys. Oh man, well, let's just get into this week's What's for Dinner. Start off with what I thought was the very best meal that we had. This soup was so delicious. I am browning up here some ground beef and onion, and let me just tell you what this soup is. It was so good. All right, here are the ingredients I'm going to use for this hamburger soup, or basically a vegetable soup of sorts with some ground beef. So I will link below the recipe that I am loosely following. Okay, tomato puree, diced tomatoes, and the recipe calls for a can of tomato soup. I've got just a little bit, like probably this much of this marinara sauce. That's gonna go in place of the tomato soup. I'm using a can of corn and a can of peas drained. I'm gonna use this little remaining tomatoes in this petite medley snacking tomato pack. This is a frozen Roma tomato. If I have a tomato or two that I'm not going to be using or haven't gotten to like I thought I would, I throw it in the freezer and it goes in sauces or soups. And then I have some fresh carrot. So this is just a whole little conglomeration of things I've pulled out of my refrigerator and pantry to put this soup together using what I have, cleaning out some things in the fridge that need to be used, and it's gonna taste delicious, I am sure. All right, now that my 1 pound of ground beef and 1 small onion has been cooked together and all of the fat removed, I am adding in some of the dry seasonings, which is Italian seasoning and garlic powder. It called for fresh garlic, but I was out. Also, I'm adding in salt and pepper to taste, so I'm just sprinkling in a little bit of that. I'm going to stir this all together. Now, the recipe does not call for these tomatoes. I'm sure you know that, but I had these and I wanted to put them in so I could use them up. And these little tomatoes will just cook as everything else does, and they'll get so soft that you can just kind of press on them with your spoon and they will pop open. That's what they do. And I've added in here the marinara sauce that I told you about, and then I just filled partway up with water and got that all stirred together, and I'm gonna start adding in everything else. So we're gonna put in the carrots here. We are going to add in the corn, the peas, and the remaining tomato products. And remember, look below. I'll have the recipe that I followed linked in the description box. Now in goes 2 cups of beef broth. I use the beef dry base and just add water to it. It makes the most rich, delicious broth. And then some shakes of Worcestershire sauce. Now remember, I told you I had a Roma tomato that I had thrown in the freezer because I just hadn't used it. I didn't want it to go to waste. Look how easily this skin peels, actually just peels right off with a frozen tomato. And then I just diced it up and threw it in. There's so many things that you can throw in the freezer to preserve them so they don't go to waste, more than probably you even think. So if I even remotely think I can throw it in the freezer to preserve it, that's what I do. So it's just one little lone tomato, but look, it's going to be perfect in this soup. It's going to cook down with the rest of the tomato products, and that was food that did not go to waste. And here it is. If I said once to James how amazingly delicious this was, I probably said it 10 times. The combo of the flavors were just on point, and he agreed. We loved this. We actually had it 2 nights. It was enough to feed us for 2 nights. Here is the first night. I think we just had soup this night. I don't think we had anything else. Maybe crackers. I can't even remember for sure. But the second night, I decided to make us some hoe cakes or fried cornbread, whatever you want to call it. And that's this night here that you're looking at. That was delicious alongside the soup. I will make this very same soup again because it was so good. I grew up having like vegetable beef soup with like a beef pot roast. I didn't ever have it like this growing up. I really enjoy this though, and like I said, I will definitely make this again. It was so delicious. Right, moving into another night's dinner, I had a head of cabbage that needed to be used, so I slivered that up, and I took out this package of the hot Italian sausages, and together they made a delicious dinner. So I just browned these up in the skillet first to get a little bit of color on the outside, and then I just put water in the skillet and boiled those. They take a little while to get all the way done in this dinner. So as those were boiling, I just kept turning them here and there. And then as I thought they were pretty close to being done, I went ahead and added my cabbage in. And I just put that right in the water, the liquid that these had been boiling in. And it was really a great added flavor because of that. So I just put my cabbage in here. Cabbage really cooks down. So you can just pile it in and just kind of leave it. It starts wilting down pretty quickly. I also had some onion and a red portion of a red pepper that needed to be used, and I just piled those in as well. For my seasonings for the cabbage, I just added in some paprika, some garlic powder, some salt, and just a sprinkling of sugar. I think sugar really enhances the flavor of cabbage. That is it. This was so easy and very hearty. The flavors were delicious. And then I just served the easiest sides ever. I had gotten the Bob Evans already made sides on sale for a great deal at Kroger a little bit before this, and those were perfect for tonight. The macaroni and cheese, very good, and we had had the potatoes before. They are delicious. So with a combo of those already made sides and this quick main dish and the cabbage, this was a meal that was very hearty, but it didn't take me too long in the kitchen to come up with it. All right, another night for dinner was Taco Tuesday, and we don't always have tacos on Tuesday, but this was Taco Tuesday. And in addition to hard shell tacos, I wanted to do a double-decker taco, and then my husband James did something different with his. So let me just show you what we did. Here's my ground beef. I usually don't buy the taco seasoning packets. I just use my own seasoning: cumin, chili powder, salt, pepper, garlic powder, usually something along those lines. Add in a little bit of water, let it simmer together, and that is a really deliciously flavored meat for tacos. After that was all done, we were ready to assemble whatever it is that we decided that we were having. So I am using my little taco holders here. I got these off Amazon. They are very handy to use to keep your tacos together, standing up while you are filling them. I stuck my tortilla here in the air fryer. You can see that it got all bubbled up and puffy, but that's okay. It smushed right down. I had some cheese, nacho cheese. I wanted to finish that up, so I just put a layer of that inside of the tortilla and put in the hard shell taco for my double-decker taco. Now I've added in my ground beef, and I'm just going to start layering on all the toppings. And my very favorite way to have a taco is directly on the meat, to put fresh lemon, just squeeze it on there, get a good amount, and then salt. That makes the most flavorful ground beef ever, in my opinion. Now, I'm just going to start piling on some of my favorite toppings. That was delicious. Now here's a look at James's plate. I have made a package of the Knorr taco flavored rice, and he just topped the rice with everything that he would have had in a taco. Now the rest of these meals I'm going to show you are basically meal ideas. I did not show the preparation, and these are all easy peasy things. This was a ribeye steak. James grilled out steaks for both of us, and then I just made a little package of the frozen, I think it's Green Giant, broccoli and cheese in the microwave. That was an easy meal that was so delicious. This meal was the Southern style chicken bites that you can buy at Walmart. They're supposed to be a copycat of Chick-fil-A. I am using those, made them in the air fryer. I'm using the rest of the Bob Evans mashed potatoes. I just made a package of brown gravy, the little envelope, and then this is some golden hominy. This is one of my husband's most favorite foods, and so that was one of those I can get it done real quick meals. You can always take the help from a rotisserie chicken already ready from the grocery store when you need something in a hurry, or if you aren't feeling up to cooking. I just have some hot sauce on mine, and then I just made another package of the Knorr rice. It was the chicken flavor. I cooked in some frozen mixed vegetables right in with the rice, put a little cheese on the top, and I took some help from the grocery store this night for a quick and easy dinner. Very delicious. This last thing I'm going to show you here, I actually did think something sounded good, and that was fried potatoes. I never dice my potatoes up like this, but that's what I did this night. And I also diced up about a half an onion, sprinkled some parsley, garlic powder, salt, and pepper, and I just let these cook. I added some water in to let them steam, and then when they were almost done, I just scooped them over to the side and added in the remainder of a piece of smoked sausage. It was just me this night. My husband had a business dinner, and so this was a great meal, and it actually was really good because I was wanting those fried potatoes. Check out this ginormous tenderloin. My husband's parents visited a new place that's famous for these tenderloins, and they brought us each back one. They were so huge that we ate out of these tenderloins for, I don't know, literally like 3 sandwiches, although we didn't eat them all as sandwiches, but you could have had 3 out of one order of the tenderloin sandwich. They were very, very good, and we appreciated them bringing those to us. All right, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a little bit of a different what's for dinner, but it's just what's been going on around here. I hope you found some motivation or some ideas in some sort of way. Give us a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing if you've not, and I'll see you the next time.